What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you all a test hands video of my Orcust, Synchron, Horus, Azamina deck to show you what kind of combos this deck can do, how crazy of the boards it can make, and how great of a combo board this deck can actually establish. It's a lot of fun to play. It can be competitive. It doesn't have to be competitive. You can change any of the engines you see for a more monetary effective or competitive scene feel, I guess is the way I would put it. Just to best fit your playstyle and budget. For the Horus engine and stuff like that, you can cut it for other things like the Lunalite stuff. You can cut it for scraps. You can do other decks that can actually work as supplemental engines that'll help you further combo into your boards. At one point, I was doing Orcust, Shadal, and Ogdoadic, and I called it Snakes on a Plane because you had a bunch of machines and then some snakes. So, but it was a lot of fun. The boards are kind of wonky, and they can establish some fun combos that you can do. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into it. We're just going to take a look and do the best of 3 hands like usual. First 2 are going to be going first, and then the final one is going to be going second. So let's see what we draw. Drew Symbol Skeleton, King Sarcophagus, Happy, Molcharmi Fualos, and Orcust Nightmare. So for what we can do here, we can go ahead and activate King Sarcophagus, send Orcust Nightmare to the graveyard to then send a Imseti. We will go ahead and then send a Happy to then send another Imseti. Just milling out the cards that we no longer really need in hand that can actually cause us to be stuck with dead cards in hand. We'll next go ahead and special summon back the Imseti and the Happy from our graveyard, allowing us to utilize them for a rank 8 play or a link 2. However, I think I'm going to go directly into a rank 8 with the Zombie Vampire. This will let me detach one. So if a monster is with a level that is owned by your opponent for an XC summon, it can be used for this card. You can treat it as level 8. Neither player can target this card with effects of special summon monsters. I can detach one material from this card. Each player sends the top 4 from the deck to the graveyard. Then any monster sent to the graveyard, I can special summon one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and send Happy to the graveyard and mill 4. We got Jet Synchron, Wanted, Seeker Sinful Spoils, on King Sarcophagus, and another Wanted Seeker Sinful Spoils. What we'll go ahead and do is normal summon Orcust Symbol Skeleton. We'll link him away. For the new link 1, Galatea 1, the Orcust Automaton. When it's link summoned, it cannot be used as material for an XC summon. However, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add one World Legacy, or Orcust Babel from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and special summon this card. We're not going to place it in this zone. We're going to place it in this one because we're going to add one card by discarding Molcharmi Fualos as cost to add the World Legacy World Crown. Now, the one other thing that you could have done is left the two Horus cards on the board for further combos. It's up to you. But since we have World Legacy World Crown in hand, we'll go ahead and special summon it to the arrow that Galatea 1 is pointing to. We'll next overlay or take these two, link them up, and go directly into Galatea the Orcust Automaton. We'll next banish Orcust Nightmare to send from our deck a Orcust Harp Horror and boost it by 400. We'll then banish the Harp Horror to summon Girsu, the Orcust Mech Knight. Next, we'll go ahead and activate Gearsu's effect since it was special summon. And send World Legacy World Wand. This card will let us revive back one of our banished Orcust cards to our field. Next, we'll go ahead and use the automaton. We'll go ahead and banish it, or excuse me, not the automaton. We'll banish the World Wand, special summon back the Orcust Nightmare. And then we'll go ahead and activate Galatea, shuffling back the World Wand into the deck to grab us a negate, which will be our Orcust Crescendo. We'll go ahead and set that to our field. We'll next take Galatea and Orcust Nightmare and go directly into our Gearsu. We'll special summon him, have him pointing towards Gearsu. We'll next go ahead and activate the effect of Symbol Skeleton, banishing him to summon back Galatea. So we can use Galatea to go into our Dingirsu. This is where we can send a card or attach. We're going to then instead attach Symbol Skeleton in this case, so we can then have another protection. Next, we'll go ahead and activate the effect of Galatea 1. We'll banish Nightmare and then special summon her. Then we'll link these two off and go directly into Enlilgirsu, the Orcust Mech Knight. This card is really good for the archetype, in which it allows us to do a couple of things. One, you can target one of your banished Orcust or Legacy cards, add to your hand, then you can shuffle one card from your hand to the deck, take control of one face-up monster your opponent controls. During the main phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the extra monster zone this turn, you can banish this card, send one card on the field to the graveyard. We're not going to worry about that, but instead we're going to special summon it and then activate the effect to add back the Harp Horror, which will then discard to special summon the Jet Synchron. We'll then next synchro up into a level 5 monster, which allows us to go into Excel Synchron. What we can do here is we can make that a level 7 by sending one Synchron monster from the deck to graveyard, or just allowing us to foolish another Synchron card that we don't want to really draw at this point in time by increasing or decreasing its level. At this point, this is where we would probably stop. It just gives us 2 bigger bodies on board. If you're running Pep, you can utilize World Crown and Excel Synchron to go right into your level 11 play, basically allowing you to go for a bigger swing. If not, you can use use Crown as a negate, Excel Synchron for a backup play for next turn, and then Dingirsu protects. Dingirsu is just a big body, and then you have the one negate in the back row. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what the deck can do for its second going first hand. Okay, let's take a look at the going first hand for our second test hand. So we've already drew the Hallowed Azamina, Imseti, Glory of Horus, a Foolish Burial, Orcust Symbol Skeleton, and a Ash Blossom. We're going to go ahead and activate that Foolish Burial, allowing us to send... A lot of people usually send the Jet Synchron here. I'm going to instead send a Orcust Brass Bombard. This lets us special summon a Orcust monster from our hand, so if we need to, we can. In this case, we're just going to go ahead and activate Emseti effect, sending it and Orcust symbol skeleton to add a King Sarcophagus, and then draw a card. Which is a wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. We'll go ahead and activate that wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils to add us a Diabell Star. We'll next go ahead and banish our Orcust symbol skeleton, which will lock us into darks, of course, to summon our Brass Bombard. We're going to next take our Brass Bombard, link it off, and go into a Galatea. One, the Orcust Automaton. We'll activate her effect to send one card from our hand to the graveyard, to then add a Orcust Babble or World Legacy card. We'll go ahead and send Ash Blossom in this case. It's not really beneficial, but we can still utilize it and grab us our World Legacy World Crown. We'll then special summon World Legacy World Crown from our hand. We'll next activate King Sarcophagus, grabbing us a Emseti from our graveyard to our board. We'll next special summon Diabell Star by sending the we'll keep the Emseti. In this case, you can do one of two things. You can either send the King Sarcophagus or the Emseti. If you were wanting to set up a more potent board for recovery, you would keep the King Sarc and send the Emseti, but if you're wanting to go for more of a blocker route, you'll send the King Sarc, keep the Emseti, and then set from our deck a Deception of the Sinful Spoils. And then we'll activate the Deception of Sinful Spoils. We do not have to tribute one monster to add an Azamina card, as we have the Hallowed Azamina. But we'll go ahead and activate the Hallowed Azamina, sending the Deception to get us a Azamina. We'll get the Azamina Il Sylvia from our deck to our hand, or not from our deck to our hand, but our extra deck to the field. We will next go ahead and take Galatea and Diabell Star and go into a link 2, which will be Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. We'll next go ahead and banish the Bomber to summon the Galatea 1. Activate Galatea effect to shuffle back the Bomber to set one card. We'll go ahead and set the Orcust Crescendo. Then we'll go ahead and go directly into Long Girsu from this play, where we'll take these two, go into Long Girsu, use Long Girsu if we need to, because we were already, well, we can't use Long Girsu effect, but you get the point. We have him on board. We can use him at this point to go into either a Ding or a Ingirsu. In this case, it'd probably be best to go into Ingirsu. So we'll go ahead and send these two for link fodder. We'll go into Ingirsu, allowing us to add back the symbol skeleton. So we already have 1 negate, 2 negate, a potential steal or interruption due to having Orcust Crescendo. So that's 3 negates. And then we have Orcust symbol skeleton in our hand. Then for our next draw, we get an Emseti anyways, so we can then send these two, get another King Sarc. Overall, not bad for recovery, and it allows us to keep going on, and we can do the same plays as we just did. Finally, let's take a look at our going second hand and what the full board can accomplish. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our third hand. We got Girsu the Orcust Mech Knight, King Sarcophagus, Diabell Star the Black Witch, Orcust the Harp Horror, Animal Charming follows. That's pretty good. Given the case that we're going second here, we would just go ahead and activate follows. We'll say they special summon once. So we'll draw one. So they either special summon from their deck or extra deck. We'll just say they did to draw one card. And then our next card would be another follows. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off. We'll say we're starting with 6 cards, of course. We'll next go ahead and start off the combo by activating Diabellstar by discarding Emerald Charmy Follows. Diabellstar effect to grab us a Deception. We'll go ahead and set and activate Deception. We'll go ahead and send we'll send her Diabellstar to grab us a Hallowed Azamina. We'll grab Hallowed Azamina. We'll next activate Hallowed Azamina to then special summon us a Ilsylvia. We'll put her over in the far right. We'll activate King Sarcophagus, allowing us to send a Harp Horror from the deck. We'll next go ahead and send a Imseti, Glory of Horus. We will then normal summon Girsu. Girsu effect to send. We'll next send the Orcust Nightmare. We'll then special summon the Imseti, Glory of Horus. We'll go ahead and banish the Harp Horror to special summon from our deck. We will special summon a Brass Bombard. Not a Brass Bombard. Thimble Skeleton, sorry. We'll next go ahead and take Symbol Skeleton, go directly into our link 1. Use our link 1 effect to grab us a World Legacy World Crown by discarding our Assault Synchron. We'll next go ahead and link these two. I almost skipped a step here. And we'll go directly into our Galatea. We'll then special summon the World Crown from our hand. Next, we'll go ahead and banish the Orcust Nightmare to send from our deck and boost, we'll say Galatea by 800 by sending the World 1 from our deck to the grave. We'll then go ahead and activate World Wand, allowing us to banish it to special summon one of our banished monsters. We'll go ahead and get us the Harp Horror. We'll go ahead and activate Galatea effect, placing back the World Legacy Wand, shuffling into the deck to get us a Orcust Crescendo to our board. Place that over here. Next, go ahead and get us a Symbol Skeleton. So banish Symbol Skeleton, bring back Mech Knight Girsu. Since we're going to assume there is another card in this card's column, so we'll go ahead and make him a tuner. Synchro these two off into a level 8. We'll go into Draco Berserker of the Tenyi as another interrupt and just a battle phase attacker. We'll then banish the Girsu to summon the Galatea. Link these two off. Go into a long Girsu. We can then activate long Girsu effect, shuffling back the Girsu and the Nightmare, and then allowing us to do other plays. But in this case, we got 2 negates so far. We're going to send one of their cards that this card points to back, which we'll assume would be the same column that he's in, by sending it back to the deck. Here you have the choice of using these two for further plays with utilizing the vampire. Or if you want, you can go and make a hard-made Dingirsu or a number 1 infection Buzz King. What I'm going to do is go with these two. We're going to go into infection Buzz King. We're going to activate the effect. We will detach one, during your standby phase, you can detach one. This card succeeds something. You can look at your opponent's extra deck, send one card from it to the graveyard. You can attach one material, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. If you destroy a face-up monster, inflict damage equal to half the attack it had on the field. So what we can do is we'll detach the Mseti and burn, or pop and burn. Or if you want to leave these two on the board, which I would also recommend if you're going for further damage, is just leave these two. We'll go ahead and take him and the World Crown. And go directly into Elengirsu, allowing us to add back the symbol skeleton. We can then, we're going to assume that they played through. We try to negate with this. We'll go ahead and activate the Hallowed Azamina, adding it back to our hand by shuffling back Il Sylvia. Which isn't too bad overall. We still have lethal damage with 3k. Can make a second attack on monsters. We can banish cards my opponent activated his turn. He's just a bounce during the damage step because of King Sark. But overall, what we've established is effectively this if we leave all the items here like they were originally meant to be. If not, there are other plays that you can establish, such as doing the Zombie Vampire line, Infection Buzz King. You have a Saint Azamina play if you get more Azamina cards. You can do Excel Synchron into Infernity Doom Archfiend into Draco Berserker of the Tenyi for further damage. You can spin back another card with Ingir's effect by shuffling back Simple Skeleton into the deck. You can send another Horus card, such as Happy, from the deck to the graveyard by using King Sark effect, discarding Simple Skeleton. There's a lot that you can do with this deck. And a lot of continuous play. This deck does do better in the long game, as you have a lot more effects that you can work with and trigger on. Either way, this is what the deck can basically establish, going through some of its worst hands and some of its best. Either way, guys, I hope you did enjoy the actual test hands for this deck. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I try to read through everybody's comments once I see them. And I do appreciate your time today. So until the next video, I'll see you then.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?